Hello everyone, welcome back. It's always nice to be here. Always awesome to have the support, the constant support from all of you. The channel's growing all the time, even if it's a little bit. And as I always say, I really appreciate you guys and kicking me up the algorithm more with your likes and comments and shares. And yeah, but I'm gonna do today the video that I was saying I was gonna do, the top 10 first party games ported to the Switch from the Wii U. Now a couple of these I haven't played. Actually, one of these I have not played, but it's in my number 10 spot, so I figured it probably needed to go there. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get going. First one on this list, and the only one I haven't played on this list, and that is Pikmin 3. This game looks really good, actually. I think eventually I'll probably get it. It might be something fun that my daughter would enjoy. I just haven't gotten around to playing it, but everything I've seen, it kind of looks fun, so I thought it'd be safe to put it here in the 10th spot. Even though I have not played it, I just think that it at least deserves to be on this list. Okay, the next one, Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater. This is one I don't think a lot of people thought would probably come over. I don't know how well it did on the Wii U, and the Wii U obviously didn't do well itself, and I've only played maybe a couple chapters of this, but what I've played I like. I know it's not necessarily the best Fatal Frame game for a lot of people, but I just thought it was cool that it came over. I finally got to play it, as I didn't really have a Wii U very long, and I have the Japanese import version because I didn't realize or didn't even think they were going to ever probably bring it over to the US, but they ended up doing it. I got the Japanese copy. It plays in English just fine. I actually enjoy the front cover, as I've said before. Japan usually does better covers, I think, with their games, so it's one I got to get back to for sure. Definitely one I'm interested in playing some more. Okay, the next one, I have played this a good bit too and have not finished it, and that is New Super Mario Bros. U. Yeah, just a good 2D Mario. Can't go wrong with it. I've probably played about half of this or 3/4 of it. Just never gotten around to finishing it. I enjoyed what I played. Some of the new power-ups and everything, and kind of harkens back to Mario 2, where you have all the different characters you can play, and of course they added Nabbit, the Switch version, so that was kind of cool. I'm not sure what else they added. A good 2D Mario platformer nonetheless. Okay, the next one, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. This is one I've also only played about half of, and maybe about a quarter of, honestly. I just put it down because I didn't feel like I was enjoying it as much as like a Persona game or a Shin Megami game, but it was cool what I did play. The story wasn't really gripping me as much, and the characters and stuff, but I guess it's supposed to be like a Shin Megami and Fire Emblem mix-up, but I don't think that ever ended up happening, and they kind of just did their own little thing. I wasn't absolutely crazy over the battle system, but it wasn't terrible, and it's certainly more colorful and upbeat, a lot more than like a Persona game or a Shin Megami game, and I know it definitely runs better on the Switch. Again, I'm not sure what all they might have added to it with the Switch version, but it's a good game nonetheless. Another one that I need to get back to. I don't know that I ever will, but okay, the next one, this one I have almost beat, and I enjoyed it a good bit, and that is Bayonetta 2. Now, I've not played Bayonetta 3 yet. I've heard good and bad about it. I just love Platinum Games. They do some of the best combat that you could possibly do in a game, and this game is just like boss fight after boss fight. I wasn't really caring about the story too much and whatever else. I'm just there for the gameplay, and it's got it in spades, so if you're not really into this type of game, then you really probably won't enjoy it, but I think it deserves to be here, like somewhat in the middle of the list, so yeah, Bayonetta 2. I think they re-released 1 and 2, actually. I know I've seen it on PlayAsia, where they were, at least 1, because I know it was hard to get it physically for a while, but I think they've since released it now. I don't know how many of those might be left. I thought it was pretty cool they did that for people that actually want to play it, so and I don't actually own this anymore, so I don't know that I'll ever get around to finishing it. I enjoyed what I played nonetheless. Okay, the next one, this is a controversial one for me because I love this series, but I just don't really love this game. I also can admit its greatness to other people and what it means to a lot of people, and that is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I know they added Funky Kong with this and some other things, and while I don't think it's a terrible game, and obviously I put it in 5th place here because I definitely think it's better than the 5 previous games that I've talked about. I didn't like that you just had to be Donkey Kong and the other characters were kind of support characters. I just wasn't a big fan of that. It kind of just ruined it for me. The difficulty can be a little frustrating at times too, but I'm not opposed to difficult games. I don't like Donkey Kong. It's not like I have anything against him as a character. It's just I don't like the way he moved. I didn't like it in the old games really, and I just I'm just not a fan of it. I just wish I could have been Diddy or Dixie, you know, by themselves, or even Cranky Kong or any of the other ones. I would have loved to be able to do that instead of, you know, messing around with Donkey Kong. I just was not a fan. But I can admit, you know, the greatness that the game is. Even if I didn't like it, it at least deserves to be, you know, midway here on my list. Okay, the next one. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This one I never did play on the Wii U. I think I owned it for a little bit when I had my Wii U for a little bit, and I really did enjoy it, and it wasn't until I got it on the Switch that I finally beat it. And this game just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, and I thought about 5 times that I was going to be done with it before I actually got done with it. But it's a platformer that you don't jump in. I just really like the concept of it. The next game is when they introduced this, the next game I'm going to talk about is when they kind of introduced this little mini game, and then it became its own little thing. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Toad, but I did enjoy this game, and I think you can get it for a pretty decent price now, at least for a first party Nintendo title. You can get it for a pretty decent price these days on the Switch, so definitely not one to miss if you like little platformers where you actually don't jump, and, you know, a little bit of puzzle elements in there. Okay, the next one, we're getting into the top 3 here. This is really hard to put these in some kind of order, but I just feel like I have them in the order that I really should have them in. But this is one of my favorite Mario games, and that is Super Mario 3D World, and with the inclusion of Bowser's Fury in the Switch version. I didn't play a whole lot of Bowser's Fury, maybe a couple hours of it. I did enjoy it, but this is 3D World is easily one of my top 3 Mario games of all time. I love it. The cat suit was awesome. Just the levels are great. I love that you have the ability to be, you know, 4 characters, kind of like Mario 2, and, you know, the new Super Mario Bros. Wii U was like, actually, now that I think about it, I think you actually couldn't be all 4 characters in Super Mario Brothers Wii U. I don't know why I thought that, but anyway, 3D World is a great game. If you have not played this, I highly recommend it be in everybody's collection. These top 3 for sure should be in everybody's collection. But yeah, as I said, I love 3D World. I think it's probably behind Mario Odyssey, and, you know, right before. I'd probably put it in second place, I guess, right before Mario 64. Yeah, it's a great Mario game if you've never played it. It's got that like 2.5D aspect to it, and like I said, I just really enjoyed it. I beat it twice. I beat it on my Wii U and on my Switch. I enjoyed it immensely. Okay, the next one, this should be no surprise to anyone, at number 2, and that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh my god, they have added so much stuff with this game, and they're not done as of right now. This is such a great Mario Kart game. I don't know that they'll ever top this. I mean, Mario Kart 9 is going to have to do some amazing stuff to be able to top this game. Yeah, I've just put so much time into this game. I already put so much time into it on the Wii U, and then to turn around and get it again, and, you know, I even bought it twice so I could play it with my daughter, and, you know, I know they're split screen, but it's nice to have a whole screen to yourself and everything. But such a great game. You can't go wrong with it. It's going to be hard for Nintendo to beat it. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the next Mario Kart. I'm anxious to see what it's going to do, because after adding all this DLC and everything to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's insane how much stuff they've added, how many tracks and everything. It's going to be hard to top it. And I love that they added a proper battle mode in the Switch version. I always loved battle mode on the N64 version back in the day. I'm always a huge fan of that, so that was cool to see. Arguably, I've not played it a whole lot. I enjoyed what I did play. Okay, and the last one, it's controversial because it kind of came out on both systems, the Wii U and the Switch, I think, at the same time or around the same time, but nevertheless, it is a port, and that is Breath of the Wild. So for all the people that are always whining that I'm not putting Breath of the Wild in a list, here it is at number 1. Breath of the Wild is the best Switch port from the Wii U. Or the Wii U port, however you want to put it. I'm anxious to see what the next Zelda is going to do. Everything I've seen just looks amazing. This is the first Zelda game that I actually played to completion, and I enjoyed it so much that I, again, played it on the Wii U and beat it, and, you know, beat it to the fullest extent that I felt that I was content with. Maybe didn't do every single thing, but most things, and then turned around and did it on the Switch again. It's such a great game. I know some of the Zelda purists are not as big of a fan of it, but I didn't like the old school style of Zelda games. It's just not my cup of tea, really. But I really thoroughly enjoyed this one. I love the direction they're going, and Tears of the Kingdom looked like it's going to just make this one look like it's child's play, you know. I'm really anxious to see what they do there. Yeah, that's my top 10 Wii U ports. Let me know which ones you think are the best. Yeah, thankfully I could finally get Zelda on a list here, because I've had so many people comment, where's Zelda, and well, here it is. So I hope you're happy. And I didn't just do it for you, I did it because I genuinely think it's the best Wii U Switch port. So there you have it. thank you guys as always for the comments, the subscriptions, the likes. I really appreciate it. Just hoping I can keep putting content out for this channel and just keep growing and interacting with you guys. And that's going to be it, I guess. Thank you all. See you next time.